Hey everyone, I just wanted to jump on here real quick. The most requested video I've had is for making butter in the whipped cream maker. So this is our whipped cream maker, okay? It comes with this rubber bottom that you can also use as a lid for storing your whipped cream after you make it. You could also store butter in it, I guess. That's not what I do. I'll show you what I do. So, this is the whipped cream maker. Now, the difference between making whipped cream and making butter, and I'm sorry about my obnoxious bird, just imagine having to live with him all the time. But anyway, the difference between making whipped cream and making butter is simply temperature. So, we're going to use heavy whipping cream. And if you're making whipped cream, you use cold, heavy whipping cream. If you are making butter, you use room temperature. So, on our whipped cream maker, there is a line. You can see lots of spots, I'm sure, but there, do you see that? There is a line, and that is your fill line. So, I'm going to pour in room temperature heavy whipping cream to just shy of that line. And then I'm going to add salt. If I were making whipped cream, I would add a little powdered sugar and vanilla, or powdered sugar and pumpkin pie spice, or it just depends on what flavor whipped cream you want. So, let me get, by the way, our salt and pepper graters are amazing. You need to get some of these. But, so just putting, calls for about a teaspoon. You should measure this. I'm not that good at, I don't measure anything really. Unless it's the first time I've ever made something, then I might. Alex, be a good bird. So, this is the room temperature with the salt, so this is going to be butter. So, it takes a little longer, earthquake, it takes a little bit longer than it does to make the whipped cream. If you're making whipped cream, that takes about 30 to 45 seconds, depending on how quickly you plunge. But the butter takes just a little longer. And you want to plunge this until it gets so hard that you really struggle to pump it up and down. Okay? Not there yet, but this is what I have so far. So, right now I have really thick whipped cream. So we keep going. Oops. But as you can see, the whipped cream consistency doesn't take that long. But like I said, we're going for butter. Let me just rinse this off my hands and wipe this off, because clearly I made a mess taking the lid off too early. I have a talent, people. I have a talent. Okay, now that I've got this all wet, probably going to be hard to hang on to. Okay, now, to keep going, it's getting a little harder to pump now, but I would say that it takes about twice the time it does with the whipped cream. Wow. Okay. And switch arms, because, you know, it's the beginning of the year. You're supposed to be exercising anyway, right? And this way, I know exactly what's in this. Heavy whipping cream and salt. So, there's no preservatives. There are no surprises. Weird chemicals that I can't pronounce. Okay. Let's see what I've got. Okay, getting there. See how I it's starting to separate a little. Okay, keep going. If you've ever churned butter when you were little, I remember doing it at my granny's house, my Granny Bentley, and it was a workout then. It was kind of a full body workout then. Now it's just forearms and wrist, I guess. But this, I use this when I make my popcorn, and as you will see, once I, okay, let's see. Almost. See how it's kind of, I don't know, like a flaky consistency? I wanted to show you this because I didn't want people expecting a big thing of butter and not getting it and thinking they did it wrong, because that's not what this looks like. So once you get the flaky consistency and it starts to separate. Now, I showed you earlier my all white. Now you can kind of see it's separating, okay? And usually you don't have this big a mess because you don't open it that much. But I'm trying to show you. So, okay. Now, I think we are good. So if you look, oh, sorry. If you look at the consistency, do you see how it's kind of grainy? So what I do is I dump it all in this. I'll show you what I'm doing here in just a second. Now, heard a door outside, neighbor. Okay, so the way I do it, I mean, you may have an easier, and if you do, let me know, is I put it in our colander, okay? And then I put the colander down in one of our glass bowls. So I use both parts. The liquid part is buttermilk, and then of course the butter. So you have this grainy consistency, and you have to kind of squeeze it together and get the liquid out, if that makes sense. So I usually use one of our mix and scrapes, the smallest one. May not be the smallest one, but it's one of the small ones. And then I put all of that. But like I said, it almost looks like the consistency, can you see that? Of like grits or something. So I had a customer try it, and when it came out like that, she thought she did it wrong and threw it out. And then called me and asked me what she did wrong, but she didn't do anything wrong. She was right. She just didn't know it. Okay. So then, once you have it in the bowl and all scraped out, sorry, my lighting is not, I'll have to fire the lighting guy. Because, you know, I've got one of those. I guess I could put Joe on it. He could be the lighting guy. I don't know. You probably want, like, I don't know, union benefits or something stupid, so I'd probably be better off just do it. Okay. Anyway, I work for myself, so when I talk to myself, that's technically a meeting. Okay, so anyway, you've got your little grits here, and then I take this spoon and I kind of smush it to get all extra liquid out. Alex, please stop. I usually put him in the other room, and I forgot. So, welcome to my wonderful world of this bird never shuts up. Okay, so I basically squeeze it all together and form it into a ball. Okay, now, and then I will put it in a glass container, and it will get cold and be more like the consistency of the butter that you're used to. So, somebody asked me if you could do this with like cheesecloth. I mean, I don't know. Yes. So I usually put it in a glass container. See, it's all sticking together now that I squished it all out. So I'll just put it in there. I was shaping it in a ball. And then what I do is once I get it in the glass container, I squish it extra hard to get any extra liquid out. And then I pour it back in the bowl because I use that. So here's my butter. As you can see, you don't get a ton, but I do this several times, and it's usually the equivalent of a couple sticks of butter. Is it more expensive? They have heavy whipping cream in this size for $1.67, and I would say that you can get 4 or 5 sticks out of it. The thing I'm doing, I'm just trying to watch the chemicals and stuff. So that's my main goal. I'm not really doing it to save a ton of money. I don't think it's any more expensive, but I don't think it's any less expensive either. So anyway, so here is the butter, and then hang on. Let me show you the liquid here. Some of the liquid, some of the pieces of butter go down in, but then you have this liquid, and I will usually pour that through. I have a sifter, which is a finer grade colander, I guess, and and that way I get all of the little butter pieces out, and then I will pour the liquid in here into a mason jar, and I use that for baking. So I guess if you count in what you get from that and the butter, you may be saving a little bit of money. But like I said, that's kind of not my goal. But anyway, so here's homemade butter. It is really good. I use it with my microwave popcorn a lot. It has a lot more flavor than store-bought butter, so I think you'll be surprised. But anyway, that is the whipped cream maker. You can make whipped cream with it, clearly butter with it, and so 3 ways to get it, guys. You can buy it outright, $25. And I've actually used this quite a bit, so it's well worth it. Then you can have a show, get it for free, even if you, or severely discounted. So if you have a show, just do the minimum of $200. You only pay $5 for this. Because you get $20 free for just the minimum, and plus you get a 50% off item, plus you get 10% off anything you order for a year, plus 20% off anything you ordered above and beyond the, so you'd actually get 20% off the $5 you did have to pay. So, but anyway, you can do it that way, or you can join my team and get all kinds of free products by earning them. Or just get them at a bigger discount than than you can get by just buying them. So that is the whipped cream maker and how I make butter. Like I said, everybody is different. You may have a different way that's better. I'm open for suggestions and ideas. So once you buy it and try it, let me know how it is, and I will make sure that I try that. So thanks guys, and I hope this was informative, helpful, something. I will talk to all of you soon. Bye.